You've got questions, we've got answers, we have the man to answer them. Jeffrey Levine from Buckingham Wealth Partners. Jeffrey, welcome back to another episode of Ask the Hammer.
Hey, it's good to be back with you, Bob.
Good to have you. I've got a question in my inbox, gnarly one, I think. It goes like this. I've read that business owners in some states like New York can sidestep the $10,000 cap on state and local tax deductions. How does that work, and how can I take advantage of these laws or loopholes?
Well, this is a great question. And ultimately, Bob, this question stems from the Tax Cut and Jobs Act change that limited the previous essentially unlimited amount of a state and local tax deduction to be a maximum of $10,000. So now, no matter how much you pay in income taxes, and no matter how much your property taxes are, the most you can deduct as either a single or a married couple filing a joint return is $10,000. Now, in some states and for some individuals, that's not much of a problem. They don't have taxes either that high or much higher. But in some places like New York, California, New Jersey, other high tax areas, or for particularly high income individuals, they may pay tens of thousands of dollars in state taxes that then again are taxed at the federal level. So when the Tax Cut and Jobs Act first came out, states tried to get around this in a variety of ways. Initially, one of the tactics was to contribute to like a state charity and take a charitable deduction on your federal return and then get a state credit for those amounts contributed on your state return. The IRS shot that down. They said, nope, if you're doing that, you're not really giving to charity. You're getting a state tax credit. So no good, no bueno. So back to the drawing board, and states came up with another way of trying to get around this loophole. Now, it doesn't work for everyone. It works primarily for business owners. And effectively what happens here is there's a tax leveled on the business itself. It works a little bit different in different states, but there's a tax leveled on the business itself that is deductible to the business. Because unlike individuals who are capped at this $10,000 maximum state and local tax deduction, businesses are able to deduct whatever they pay in taxes. So the business pays this tax, and then on state law side, there is effectively a benefit, a credit for having paid this tax at the business level attributable to the business owner on the personal side. So it's kind of like you pay Peter and Paul gets a benefit, but we know what's going on here. And because it's a business paying the tax, and it's truly a business tax, it's deductible at the federal level on that individual's business return. Profits of those businesses flow through to their personal return. So for those business owners, it was a matter of I pay at the business and I get less personally, or I get more from the business and I pay it personally. But if I do it through the business, now it's all deductible. And so that's what this workaround is about. And that's really how to take advantage of it, is to have the business pay the tax. Again, in each state, it works a little bit differently. So make sure to check how your state's rules work in particular, but that's the general idea.
Right. So just to clarify, it works for your income tax, but not necessarily for your real estate taxes.
Correct. It's probably going to be more for income taxes. Again, every state can vary, and if there was some way to have your business pay real estate, but it's probably not going to be the case, right? Like you'd effectively have to have that be an expense of the business, which would be a hard sell. So this is really meant as you mentioned, for the income taxes, and for high earners, that's generally the bigger concern for them anyway, right? Not that the real estate taxes don't matter, but it's the income taxes that matter more. Plus, if you're doing this through the business and taking care of all your income taxes, you can use the first $10,000 of the personal side deduction still to cover your real estate taxes, which cover most people's taxes in this country at a state level. Now, it's worth noting too that not every state has this. It's not even an issue in every state, because some states don't have an income tax, right? So it's a much less of a problem for even high income individuals in those places where there's no income taxes. But as we sit here today and record, Bob, there's about 19 or 20 states that have some sort of workaround. And because the Build Back Better Act was not passed, right, which would have created some additional SALT relief, we might see more states enact these workarounds this year in 2022 if it looks like no further relief on the $10,000 SALT cap on the personal side will come. So keep your ears peeled. And again, if this applies to you, you're a business owner, take advantage of this. This is one of the ones that is as close to, freebie and free money as you can get.
Yeah, sounds like you might want to check in with your CPA, financial advisor, tax attorney, to see if you can avail yourself of this.
100%. This is one you don't want to miss. Look, question number one, is this available to me in my state, right? Am I a business owner and is this available to me in my state? If the answer is yes, then you've got to figure out what are the right steps for you to take to implement this. You don't want to leave this on the table. As we all know, Bob, it's our obligation to pay income taxes and taxes in general to the amount that we owe. But it is our choice to pay more than that.
Right.
And I know many of our listeners, probably all of them, they would choose to only pay as little as required. So if that's the case, and that sounds like you, look up, take a look. This is a good one to look at for sure.
All right. Well, you answered that reader's question and then some, Jeffrey.
Thanks, Bob. And we love questions. You know that. So if you've got a question you'd like Bob and I to tackle, let us know. Send us an email to askthehammer@buckinghamgroup.com. Again, send Bob and I an email to askthehammer@buckinghamgroup.com, and we'll look forward to answering your question real soon.